Last video of this season, love affairs and dating and relationships in general. And I've left this one as the last one on purpose because I really consider this one to be one of the most important videos of this season. And it talks about a very serious topic that people tend to neglect and even laugh at, and I wouldn't like you to follow that trend. I would like you to really take into consideration the things that I'm going to tell you in this video, because they can literally save your life and your future. When it comes to sexual intercourse, when it comes to sexual relationships, when it comes to going to bed with someone, above all, if it is someone you've just met, or someone you've met before but you don't know very well, very closely, and you don't know very well how the person lives and the person's values and so on, you should definitely wear protection. And if you are a woman watching this video, you should definitely request your partner to wear protection. And why am I telling you that? For the obvious reasons. No, much more important than unwanted pregnancy, you want to avoid DSTs. You want to avoid something that can ruin your future, can be a problem in case you plan to have kids, can ruin your health, can stop you from having the possibility of having sex without condoms with someone you really love, with someone you are in a long-term relationship with. You've done everything to be sure that this person is safe and sane and healthy and so on, because you made a mistake in the past. So if you are going to have any kind of sexual relationship with someone and this person is either unknown to you or recently known, or you don't know the person's life, the person's values, the person's experiences, you don't know much about the person, don't even doubt of it. Wear a condom, wear protection. It doesn't matter if the person tells you, oh, I'm on the pill. If it's a woman telling you, oh, I'm on the pill, I take pills. It doesn't matter, because you don't want to avoid only pregnancy. This is honestly, this is your smallest problem. This is the smallest issue you can deal with, because if you like the person, or if everything goes well, okay, it's an unwanted kid, and you can kind of handle it and still love the kid and raise the kid and so on, because the kid is not responsible for your lack of responsibility or your lack of awareness. But if you contract a disease that you cannot heal, to which there is no cure, then you're doomed. Then you are in trouble for the rest of your life. Because imagine meeting someone and saying, I want to have a relationship with this person, and then you enter in a long-term relationship and you love this person, and the person says, I'm healthy, here's the proof, I've even done studies, and you see that the person is perfectly healthy. What are you going to do? What are you going to say? You're going to be honest, of course, because that's what you should do. You're a decent person, you're a decent human being, so you're going to be honest and say, well, I can't because I made mistakes in the past, and now I just can't because I'm going to ruin your life if I do it. You see how big the problem is? So avoid that. Don't fall into that trap. Don't let temptation be stronger than your self-control. Be you a man or a woman, always request your partner for protection. If you're a man and she's requesting to have sex without condoms, don't even dream of it. If the man doesn't want to wear a condom and tells you that you're not going to have sex if he needs to wear a condom, don't even dream of it. Say no, cut it off. No matter how attracted you are to the person, no matter how interesting the person is, no matter how turned on you are for that moment, you have to get away, because you have no idea what you're dealing with. It can be the healthiest person on earth. It can be someone who really takes care of him, herself, and the person just built some trust with you and is doing all right. Don't run that risk. Don't run that risk. I know that many people will think if the person is requesting you to not wear a condom, that means the person has requested everyone to not wear a condom, and therefore the person is probably full of diseases and blah, blah, blah. Not necessarily. It can happen, and in many cases it will be like that. But there are people that they will just trust you. It happens. I know you don't believe it, because we are living in pessimistic times where everyone thinks that the opposite sex is an enemy and so on. But it can happen that the person just trusts you and believes that everything is okay with you, but you can't fall into that trap. You can't go for that. You don't want to play with it. It's extremely dangerous. It's a risk that can cause you trouble for the rest of your life, if not your death, in case it's something serious, in case it's something big. So avoid it at all costs. Be disciplined, be mature, don't be silly, don't do stupid things. Understand that your life is at risk. You are gambling with your life, and you don't want to gamble with your life, above all in terms like that. Now let's leave the casual things, the one-night stands, the things that are not going to have a future and so on, and let's go to a long-term relationship. You're dating someone, everything is just going aces, everything is just great, you like the person likes you, you've been dating for a good while, and you both feel that you are healthy and so on. And then you think, well, maybe it's time to go for sex without protection. It might be, but you don't want to start it without studies before. You don't want, because you need to be sure that at least the most important things you are not getting, the most harmful things you are avoiding. So yes, I know it sounds ridiculous for some of you, I know it sounds crazy, but you want to do studies, you and the other person. You can go together, like, let's protect each other. You do studies, the other person does studies, you try to get the most complete studies you can take concerning the most important diseases, the strongest ones, the most damaging ones. And once the result comes out, deal, go for it. But pay attention if you can trust the person. Pay attention if it's something solid, if the person is really into you, because maybe the person is healthy, maybe everything is okay with the person, everything is okay with you, and you start having sex without protection. And this person one day cheats on you with someone else without protection. Well, you are at risk now. So you have to take all these things into consideration, and you have to be very aware of the serious consequences that a little slip, a little mistake can bring into your life. When it comes to long-term relationships, we really want, of course, to reach the point in which we are going to go for sex without protection. For the obvious reasons. I believe we all, or at least the vast majority of us, feel that sex without condom is way more pleasant, because you have straight, direct, full contact with the other person, and of course the sensation, the arousal, the effect of the contact skin to skin is way stronger, is way more pleasant. I would never doubt of it, I would never disagree with it. Of course, we all want to reach the point where having sex without condoms is something that we don't even discuss. We do it because we feel safe, the other person feels safe, we have done studies and so on. But I would really like to reinforce this. Do not let your anxiety, your excitement, your good impressions on someone fool you. Don't do it if it's not a long-term relationship and if you haven't done studies before. Unless, I don't know, I don't even want to give exceptions, because it's such a dangerous thing. It's such a complicated matter that can really screw your life, that I don't even want to give exceptions. But I don't know, someone you've known for ages, and for some reason you've never had something with the person, and you've always been close to the person, you've always known how the person handles his or her life, you know the values that this person has, it's someone that you know that doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, is very active, practices sport. Well, probably this person takes care of him herself, and maybe this person looks at you the same way, and you're like, we are both are very healthy and caring and so on and so on, so maybe it could be. Yes, maybe it could be. Maybe it's not gonna bring you trouble, but it's still a risk. You are still gambling with your health. Be careful with that, pay attention to that, because I've managed to never get anything, but I have seen people having lots of trouble with that, like from the smallest little thing to, I don't know, HIV. And it kind of ruins your life forever in so many senses. You get marked forever in terms of bearing children and possibly having sex with future partners, someone whom you would really take serious or want this person for the rest of your life, because you simply cannot transmit to them what you've got. Because you are, as I said, a decent person, an honest person, and you are never going to have sex with someone else without protection, knowing that you have something. You don't even dream of it. You don't even think of it. It would be the most disgusting, despicable, and horrendous thing to do to someone else. So in order to avoid falling into that trap and not being able to enjoy something that you would really like to enjoy, that most of us would like to enjoy, take care of yourself and take care of the other person. See you in the next season.